Bill earlier, you think Thundercats simply refers to the 1980s cartoon. It's time to think again. They're actually small but extremely powerful catamarans, and racing them requires, well, the physical strength of, say, a rugby league player and the mental agility and lightning reactions of perhaps a rally driver. Well, the new Thundercat Racing season is underway, with pilots and co-pilots focusing on one main goal, the World Championships, held off the East Yorkshire coast in June. Now, I'd been sailing before, tried powerboating. Oh, this was something else.
I was trying not to think too much about the choppy seas or what could go wrong as I mentally prepared myself for my first voyage in a Thundercat. So it's early March, the sea at its coldest and roughest with a 4-6 gale blowing through. But this is the start of the new Thundercat Racing season in the year that Britain hosts the World Championships. Now I'm going to be co-pilot, very important job. V here up against Darren, who's the British champion. Oh, and V told me not to have a very big breakfast, so anyone wants a banana? Here you go. Now, co-pilots are supposed to move their weight around to help the pilot, but when it's your first time, you cling on to dear life, trying to suppress those screams of fear and pain. As you bounce across the water at over 50 miles per hour, it's all about reading the waves. Get it wrong, and you're up to your neck.
You've got to think very quickly. As you know, things can happen in an instant, and especially with this form of racing, one gust of wind, one wrong wave, and you're over backwards. So that split-second decisioning, you've got to be on your toes all the time.
It is extremely physical. You've got to be fit to be doing this. I mean, we spend maybe 20 minutes mucking around in the water, you and I. Imagine in a endurance race is 100 miles, so 2.5 hours of that.
You emerge rather battered and bruised, hardly able to stand up at the end with legs like jelly. No wonder so much training is needed before the 50 boats from 13 different countries battle for the world title off Scarborough in June.
Oh yes, it was worth all the pain though, totally exhilarating. And anyone actually can, if you haven't done this before, you can start off by being a co-pilot, go onto the website, thundercatsracing.com. But obviously to become a driver it takes a lot more experience, and the boats themselves cost around 8,000. So to actually own a boat is not that cheap, but to start off as a co-pilot, great fun, because you sit there, you have to move around, although I didn't do too much of that, just clinging on.
Just made me feel seasick watching it actually.
Yeah, watching it again and again, it does, doesn't it? In an hour's time we'll be looking at some of the things